Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Jungle's Lair podcast. And in this episode, we're doing something completely different, 360-degree difference, a U-turn. Before, we were interviewing great investors, entrepreneurs, and we're talking about the journey of my entrepreneurship in real estate sales. And now, I just want to share with you what I have been doing with my business partner, Kimchi. Starting from January 1st this year, we have came across an idea that we thought it was very powerful, which is the compound interest effect. Right, Kimchi? Why don't you say something?
Yes.
So what we started doing was from an idea we had, we converted into action.
Yes.
We started coming to the gym in downtown every day, Monday to Friday at 6 a.m.
Work out every day.
And on Saturday, we're here at 7 a.m. When we're done the workout, we would do a strategy session where we plan the week, plan the day, plan our overall long-term goals. And we wanted to deliver long-term thinking to what we do. We started with trying it out very simple, 1 week. From 1 week, we told each other we're going to double it up. So we did the second week, the second challenge. And we did a third challenge by doubling that up, where we did 4 weeks. And now we are finishing our fourth challenge, which is our 8-week challenge. And today, I just want to change the format of our entire podcast. And I want to share with you our strategy session coming every single morning that we have been doing on this challenge here. Let's test it out, try it out, see if it works. I hope the audience likes it, and we'll be updating the podcast constantly, very, very constantly. Hopefully every day, if not every 2 days, we'll be uploading it just to make it a little bit easy on us. All right? What do you have to say, Kimchi?
So explosive rapping challenge. We are doing that. It's very helpful so far, and we are gonna keep doing it until we see something. And it's very good. You kind of wake up early and start a day with a pretty difficult thing like such as workout, and after the day becomes easier if you start workout in the morning. And
Absolutely. I agree. You start with the hardest thing in the morning and things will be easier. Anyway, so we're going to do our challenge now, where we're going to go over the week, the plan, the strategy, and some of our discussions. All right, so our explosive rabbit challenge, we're doing it, and our main mission is to build traction. Means that we're going to get business coming in, we're going to cash flow coming in, passive income, having a lot of things happening in life. Our vision is to find where the demand is, bracket on bracket, starving crowd, then build a business to reap the rewards, and we provide value and we serve. As previous ex-real estate agent and a current real estate agent for Kimchi, we're trying to migrate ourselves, if you know Robert Kiyosaki, the cash flow quadrant, from the left side of the quadrant to the right side of the quadrant. So I was a self-employed, he's a self-employed. We're just migrating over to the business and investor side. Like in the book, it's a long journey. It took Robert Kiyosaki and his wife about 10 years to get to the goal. For us, I think it's going to be quicker, especially with the rampant technology, artificial intelligence, a lot of things that we have, which will give us a huge leverage on our effort, energy, and time. And Mr. Kimchi's dreams are, he wants to build you want to go ahead?
yeah, my dream is I want to build a charity for a non-profit in 3 years, and by December 15, 2025. I want to provide education, food, and clothing, 3 essential things.
That's fantastic. And for me, Edward Zang, I want to be the top 40 on the 40 in the city, building leverage in content, capital, people, and software by July 13th, 2026. Just be clear, when I say software, it just means code. I'm going to be leveraging software like CRM software, artificial intelligence tools to make myself faster, to make the reality faster. And you are very blessed, to be honest with you, the listeners, audience that are hearing this, because you get to watch our progress and be a part of our progress on a daily basis of this journey where me and Kimchi, we transform ourselves from the left side of the quadrant, an employee, self-employed, to entrepreneur and investor. This process usually is not done by most people. Most people cannot cross over the chasm. It's really difficult, very mentally challenging, and it needs a lot of preparation. So I want to thank you for tuning in. Now, some public math for everybody. If we can help 100,000 people for $100 a year, that is a 10 million annual recurring revenue business. Or we help 10,000 people at $1,000 per year, and that's another 10 million ARR business. Or we help 1,000 people for $10,000 a year, and we make 10 million annual recurring income. The question is, how do you solve a $10,000 a year problem? That's the main question. You refocus on value through solving problems. Now, the phases, this is a 1 to 3 year plan. Funny as it sounds, it's all about long-term thinking. We're at the stage of building momentum. It's been more than 3 months now. First stage, momentum. Second stage, we have to focus on deduction. Third stage, traction. Fourth stage, attraction, and we repeat the whole process again. And the recipes we're going to be using is the pyramid concept from a guy, I forgot his name. What's that guy's name? Terrence McKinnon? Terrence McKinnon, he has this product pyramid concept that we'll go over later in the podcast. We have another recipe, Alice Hermosi, one avatar, one product, one channel, and one offer for the first $1 million. Just focusing on one thing. Russell Brunson ideology, starving crowd, easy to target, able to afford your product, and high growth market. And finally, we're looking for revenue streams through affiliate marketing, sponsorships, any type of revenue stream, content making that we can build online or offline somewhere through deals, entrepreneurship, profitability. That's what we're focused on. Now, let's start the challenge. This is our last day of an 8-week challenge that we started in March 19th to May the 13th. So Mr. Kimchi, you want to go ahead with your objectives and your key results for 2023?
Yeah, sure. For my objectives for 2023, I want to increase my value in the real estate market and establish a stronger personal brand. And my key results, number one, I will have 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. 2% of the way there. I've built a 10,000 subscriber YouTube channel before, so I think I can do it in real estate field as well. So I'm just doing it. It's not easy. It's a journey. And my key result too, I want to write a book on real estate. I have written several books, but I will just work on more and make it better and better. So I can become an author at some point. And my key result 3 for 2023, I want to volunteer or take a leadership role in a non-profit charity space, such as I love animals, so I probably want to start with SPCA first, which helps dogs and cats, which don't have owners. We kind of help them, the animals.
Awesome. That sounds great. All right. Couple feedback for you from here. Number one is, I always mention this. For the book that you wrote, you really want to spend some money and print it out and give it away in your open house. This differentiate you from all the other players in the marketplace. That's why I think a book is such a powerful marketing tool that not everybody's doing it, but yet with the imminent technology, pretty much anyone can do this at a faster pace. I spoke to another gentleman here, another entrepreneur. I was calling him like a really good friend of mine. He's 65 years old, and it's taken him 10 months to write his book, and he has to think a lot about it, his life. But me and Kimchi, we wrote a book in a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wrote a book in a day. Not, I would say on a scale 1 to 10, it's not the best. It's not like 10 out of a 10. I would still give it like at 60, 70% pass. Right? It's still good enough, if you know what I mean. So publish that book, man. Seriously, publish that book. I want to see you doing that. Okay. For your YouTube, I want to see you moving forward with your YouTube as well. Just like, focus on one thing. I know we have been quite distracted lately with multiple business opportunities.
I agree.
Right. And volunteer, I have an idea. So volunteer, I know you like SPCA. I want to see you taking action towards that. And I met somebody who is running a foundation for Dalai Lama.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're interested in Buddhism, I can connect you with him and we can talk some more, because technically the Tibetan Buddhism,
Yeah.
argumentatively or not, is not really a religion. It's more like psychology on how to calm your mind.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Buddha is not a god. He's a human being who's
Mm.
enlightened. And I think that this will be pretty cool to explore multiple different spaces and increase your perception of reality. And you can up your context of reality. This expands your mind, which is very powerful. Now, okay, this is Ed Z's objective, my objective right here. My goal this year is to acquire 5 to 10 customers for a business that will either own equity or start, contribute to its growth and profitability. Focus on launching 3 or 4 strategically selected profitable projects. Okay, one sec. I just realized that I have a meeting at 9 o'clock that I'm missing. So one sec. Hey, Meek, can you give me another 10 minutes? Just finishing up a meeting here. Oh, actually, amazing. Oh, good. Okay. It's not now. It's actually in 45 minutes. Great. All right. Going back to my number 2, focus on launching 3 to 4 strategically selected profitable projects, investing my time and resources to ensure their success and driving growth towards my long-term objective. Align building an audience. Number 3, align building an audience with my long-term objective by expanding my podcast reach, optimizing my social media presence, and increasing audience engagement across multiple platforms. And whoever's listening right now, I really want you to share this resource if you find it helpful. If you find that you're an aspiring entrepreneur, or you want to start a business, you want to do something, you're stuck in the wrong place, and you want to share this journey that we're doing with people that you care about, because this is a life journey. You will see us traveling across the world looking for business opportunities, online, offline, and we're going to be building one of the goddamn best business out there and the best compounding investment machine vehicle out there. That's what we're doing every single day. All right. All right. Our weekly goal, Kimchi, you can go ahead.
Yeah, so my weekly goal for 8 weeks. So I came across some weird. I came across with I came across with uh
Yeah, you don't have to say the name.
yeah. Yeah, so my weekly 8 goal.
It's too loud.
Oh,
It's too loud. Just calm. Just like put it down and just go closer.
yeah.
Yeah, there you go. If not, it's way too loud. There you go.
So my week 8 goal. So I wanna get the deal done with someone I'm working with, and I actually made I actually made an executive decision not to do it because I don't think it's feasible. So I kind of dropped the ball.
I think, okay, what I think is you should talk about the business without talking about the name.
Okay.
We just don't want to mention any names,
Mm.
but we should talk about the business, the operation,
Mm.
so that the audience will have an idea what we're working on.
Oh, did I mention name?
You didn't mention name.
Oh,
Just
okay,
don't
okay.
mention name, but I think you should talk about the opportunity, right?
Okay. Should I start from beginning?
No, I think you can just go ahead.
Okay, okay. So
By the way, no filter. I'm just not gonna edit this and just put it on the podcast.
okay, okay, sounds good. Yeah, good that I didn't mention the name. It's kind of dangerous. So what I'm doing is actually one of my friends asked me for work. So the work is kind of importing, exporting expensive cars. Actually, the guy asked me to buy some G wagons from Korea because I heard it's pretty cheaper there. But I found out it's not really cheaper there. So I kind of dropped the ball and I told him it's not gonna work. So I think this is good that I found out early, so I don't waste my time here, which is good. And my second goal is I want to lose 2 pounds a week. We couldn't really track it this week, but I think I lost weight because I didn't really eat this week and because I had so much work.
Yeah, so I've been trying to get him to track all the resources, especially for the weight, because if you measure it, then it's real. If you don't measure it, then you can't progress. That's how goals work, right? So this morning he measured it. So we'll see next week if he loses 2 pounds or not.
Yeah, my goal is I want to have abs by the summer,
Right.
so I can take off my shirts while walking on the street.
Bro, you're 240 pounds, and if you want to have abs, that means you have to cut down to 12% body fat, meaning that you probably have to be around 180 pounds.
Oh, but yeah, but my goal is to take off my shirts on the street.
Yeah, so you will see like a half nude Korean dude,
Yeah.
and don't be surprised. That's Kimchi walking around with his shirt off, shirtless, showing off his abs.
Yeah, and my beautiful chest.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, there's some kind of fascination with alpha males, testosterone, and being able to take off their shirt in the summertime to show off their abs. Like, I have the same fascination too. Sometimes I would look at myself in the mirror, in the bathroom, in the bathroom, and I would just stare into myself, imagining that I have all these amazing tight abs. I don't know why. And the funny part is women don't even care about this shit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know why we are. I don't know why we are into this.
Yeah. It's just like this weird fascination that the guys have.
Yeah, yeah. Being able to take off shirts on the street and get some attentions from girls, but the reality, it doesn't happen.
Reality doesn't work. Hey, by the way, we have to watch how loud we talk. Look
Okay.
at this. So there's like spikes in volume right here.
Okay.
That's not good.
Okay.
So we want to make sure we're close enough, but
Yeah.
not so close that it kind of spikes.
Okay.
All right. So go ahead.
Okay, my third goal. So I want to prepare a YouTube video on real estate because I've been doing kind of pre-sale videos, but I think I can't really do this one because it doesn't really interest me. So I'm just gonna find different template or format I can film, so I can get more tractions. I've been doing YouTube since last year. I've got some tractions, but I haven't seen really big attraction. So I will just change the format. So hopefully I can get better results on it.
I have some comments on that. One thing you have to know about YouTube, if you study the YouTubers that are available, I start studying, what is it, Stephen Graham. And I went through all of his videos, about 1,000 of them in the past 9 years. And I do notice something. At first, when he started the channel, he was pretty much everywhere. He started talking about his 2008 Lotus car. He was talking about Bitcoin, crypto. He was talking about real estate, how to get a realtor license. It's pretty messy. And then later on, through the mid career, he started talking more about finance. He built up a studio. He had his garage where his car sitting in the back, and he's getting more traction, building more subscribers. And then eventually he built up to the present day where he has over 2 million subscribers. And he does 2 videos on a weekly basis, 9 to 10 videos a month. And out of that, he would have an average views of 200, 300,000 people per video. And he would have one outlier video that has over 2, 3 million views. He would have to film 2 videos to have that one outlier video. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think what you want to do is you want to explore the space, look at what other people are doing. Create a list. What I did was I created a list of 20 names that I'm gonna go do an intensive deep dive. I study all their content. I study everything about them, just like game tapes. And I want to understand how they build and create that content. What's the process like? And the most important part is if you spend the time in doing this, you will realize that everybody pretty much started off the same way, which is studying other people's content, and they played around, they haven't figured out what they want to do, and later on, when they were building subscribers, they started analyzing their content and putting out more content that their audience like. So again, if you like this content right here, if you like the podcast, I want you to subscribe so that you can listen to us every single day. Consider this your strategy session in the mornings. If you're doing this with us, I'll be happily blessed. And later on, I can share all my templates, our ideas. We can even share the way that we operate and write a book for you guys so that you guys will be killing it in your entrepreneurship and investment journeys.
Woo-hoo.
All right. So next.
So my fourth goal for 8 weeks. So I want to meet a high profile person. So I've met
Okay, stop. When you say high profile, define high profile.
investors,
Okay, like remember we talk about avatar. What type of avatar are we talking about?
young and entrepreneurs.
Okay,
Young
more
and
detail. More detail.
how would I describe?
I think remember that person you were working with in the car business. We talked about it. What are his character traits? What are his net worth? What does he like, don't like to do? What are his fears? What are his passions? How does he think? You need to understand everything about them if you want to work with them.
Yes.
So tell me about him.
So the person I'm working with. He's very detailed. I think his net worth is like I think his net worth is like 100 million. I would say because we are dealing with like very high-end vehicles and collective items. And what I was learning from this guy is very detailed and young and has like so many questions, and as well as he's very curious in general. Like he's a very curious person. I went to like gas convention with this guy, and he just asked them like multiple questions, even though he wasn't really interested in, but he was just willing to learn. So I don't want just someone with like lots of money. I just want someone with money and also have intention to learn for long term.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. I think you nailed it on the head. My experience in dealing with these billionaires and multi millionaires, affluent rich people, is the same thing. I noticed that the ones that are doing very well in life are the one that constant learns and develops themselves, and those are the people we aspire to be and to train ourselves into becoming. All right.
Okay, so for my goals, I put down my daily action check-in for the week. So my first daily action was I want to lose 2 pounds a week. So what I planned was I wanted to consume 400 less calories every day. So I've been doing it all right because I couldn't really have meals this week because I had meetings back and forth. But unfortunately, we couldn't track it. So I don't think we can count this. And also, I wanted to go to where hungry crowd is with money. So I started playing golf for work. I'm not playing golf for fun now. I just go golf course to for networking. So I met some like very good people, and I'm kind of putting pieces together with them. I think it will turn out pretty good. I believe, and I wish as well. And also, my third daily action check-in for this week, I want to change the method for YouTube. Because when I started my YouTube channel here, uh, what I was studying Korean YouTube channels for in Vancouver, like Korean realtors in Vancouver. But while I was doing it, I had like lots of leads, but the market is very small here because there are not many Koreans here. So I just want to see more potentials in local markets. That's why I want to change my method for YouTube so I can get local traffics as well. And also to I said I want to meet high profile person. So and also I told you guys I have a friend I recently met. I can't really tell his name. So I connected with that guy and I studied that guy. So I came up with the idea that I wanna hang out with a person with net worth of like 100 million,
Yeah.
and also who is willing to learn.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely amazing. So Kimchi has a different avatar than I do because for Kimchi, he's in the real estate broker side of business and he has to do deals, and he prefers to do deals with affluent individuals who have the net worth of I would say like 10 million and above. So that's totally a different journey. Whereas for me, I'm more on the entrepreneurial investment side, and my avatar, the people that I want to mostly associate with, is entrepreneurs. Okay, entrepreneur that are currently building businesses and who are doing very well for themselves. I was thinking anywhere that is from 5 million ARR to over 10 million ARR. That's who I want to deal with. Millennial, our age, and aspire to do something. And the interesting thing after you start focusing on avatars, which is, customer profiles, is that you will realize that, you have a lot of people around you that you probably should not hang out with all the time. You want to spend more time with your avatar because birds of the same feather flock together. You become who you associate with around you. If you create a list of the top 5 people that you're with, then that becomes the average of who you are. So one way for you to become the person you want to be from a personal development perspective is to get to those people who you want to become. That's what we're doing right here. And for me, right now, I actually know a lot of investors who have made it like 20, 30, $50 million mark. I know a lot of them. And they just play golf all day, like they play golf all day, they play poker all day, and they hang out with their kids all day. And I'm like, this is not really the lifestyle I want. I just want, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm passionate. I want to build a business. I want to make an impact. I want to serve. That's what I'm here to do. And I need to be around people that are like me, not people who are in their mid 30s, late 30s, and they're retired, semi-retired and playing golf for fun. That's not really my path. So we're on totally different paths here. All right. I'm going to go over my goals for this week. So my goal is, I have 3 main categories. One is to establish a solid financial foundation. I'm meeting up with my bookkeeper to audit my entire finances in 30 minutes. And then I have launching of my first strategic selected project. That's what I'm doing now. I'm studying game tapes of other entrepreneurs, such as people on YouTube who are creating content, people on podcasts who are creating content. And I have been actively listening to a podcast. It's called the Founders Podcast, where they talk about all these entrepreneurs and founders like J.D. Rockefeller, like Napoleon Bonaparte. And these founder podcasts and books are just fascinating me. I have never thought that I would learn so much from these biographies. And sometimes I get so sucked into biographies because it really increased my perspective on how people can think about this world in such different ways that it just opens up my mind, opens up my eyes. Okay, it's crazy. Um, and then I want to grow my network. Remember, I was telling you, I know a lot of investors. I came from a real estate background as well too, and at the height of my sales, I did, in the decade, I did $400 million. In 2019, I think I was doing $50 million that year. Track record, I can just pull my revenue and taxes. I can show you guys, like make it public, transparent. I'm totally fine with that. So what I want to do is I want to grow my network on the entrepreneur side, because I look at my network, I realize I don't hang out with too many entrepreneurs that are doing very well in their life because they're either too busy building businesses or they're too busy networking in places I'm not at, because I'm always hanging out with investors, either going out for lunch, dim sum, or going to karaoke parties at night and drinking. Is not cool, is not good. So I want to surround myself with the right people who are not investors, who are entrepreneurs building and doing business locally or internationally. All right, and for me to accomplish that, I signed up for a digital marketing seminar for the next for 2 days next week. Cost me, over like 1,300 USD, close to $2,000 American. I also just came back from Berkshire Hathaway meeting where I met a whole bunch of investors, and there's so many ideas that are in my mind. So yesterday I went to 4 meetings, spent a few hours with a really affluent friend of mine. He is a very successful investor. He has done very well for himself in the past decade with over 30 to 50% returns to show. And I'm trying to invite him out to build the next Berkshire Hathaway with me. My logic is I went to Berkshire and it's so expensive. Berkshire A shares cost $500,000. Berkshire B costs $320, but the valuation is high. Just imagine you gone into Berkshire in the early 90s. It would have went bonkers. You will have made 5,000% or more on your return as long as you don't sell. Imagine you first invested in Berkshire in 1960s. You will have made a $2.6 million return. What that means is if you had $1,000 invested, that means today you will have $25 million. Like, that's crazy, right? So the question I have for myself after going to Berkshire is, where is that opportunity now? Who do I trust with my retirement money that I can leave for 30 years and it will guarantee me a result, a compound interest rate that beats the S&P 500, especially with equity? I lost a lot of money in the stock market, just to let you know. I actually lost a lot of money. I made some stupid, dumb mistakes. I was really emotional and I got carried away. Like most people, like the average people, by the market of the emotions, right? People are saying, sell this, diamond hands, hold on to it. It doesn't matter how low it goes. Diamond hands, you hold on to it. I was like a sheep mentality, right? I just hold on to a stock that doesn't even make sense with the highest PE ratio ever, which doesn't make money, and it doesn't make sense. I was like, okay, let's do diamond hands, until the value drops to next to nothing, and then I cash out. My diamond hand is broken, and it becomes a lab-grown diamond where now it's everywhere. There's no value anymore. That's what happened to me. I don't want that repeat process. And I talked to a lady there in the lineup because I went there at 5 a.m. and there's humongous lineup going into the Nebraska CHI Health Center. And I spoke to a few people in the lineup. Like one is a lady who's super passionate, right? She's an accountant. And I had a really long conversation with her. And I asked her, so what was your story? And she said, hey, she started investing in Berkshire in the early 90s and she never sold. I asked her, what is your logic for not selling? And she said this. Remember, she said this. She said, because Warren asked me not to. And I I was thinking, huh? Warren asked you not to? She said, yeah. She tells me she goes to every single Berkshire meetings and she goes to every single event. Not only that, she reads every single shareholders letters. She knows what the company's all about, and she does whatever Warren tells her to do. And like most people who have their value there in 30 years, they just never sold. That's how they get compound interest rate. And I came back with my really good friend as well. He's a very affluent investor in real estate. And we're just brainstorming. How can we build this? Like, how can we build this for ourselves? How can we build this for our next generation? How can we build this for our friends? Because we want to make an impact. We want to serve people. And I have made some really stupid, dumb money decisions in my life because I'm an immigrant and I wasn't born here. I came from a communist country. They were just shifting to capitalism, and my family was not capitalists. We had no idea how the system worked. So I had to figure everything out myself, read books myself. And most people don't have that privilege. I was reading a report that says by the time somebody gets a retirement out of 100 people, only one person is super rich. 65% of the people are going to be living on either social welfare or their retirement checks. And the next 35%, I think the statistics is saying that they will be living on their retirement 401ks or RSPs in Canada. And that's not good. That is not good. Just imagine when you're 65 years old, you have no money to live. You have to change your lifestyle, significantly downgrade your lifestyle. You can't even have your favorite steak, and you have to go to McDonald's to get a burger without patties and try to be healthy. That is low, and that's sad. I don't want that for people around me. I don't want that for myself. And that's why I'm doing this. So anyway, that we're just like talking way too much right here. Let's finish off. All right. This is so next. So let's talk about a strategy session. We talk about this every single day so that we can ingrain this in our lives. Okay. Our strategy session is this: 6 a.m. workout Monday to Fridays, 7 a.m. workout Saturdays. We take Sunday off. Our 7:30 game plan consists of the biggest difficulties we face and how to overcome them. We're going to go over that later. We also do our reflection at every day at 5:30 p.m. On Saturday is special. We have our reflection session at 5 p.m. and we reflect on the entire week where we go over on Monday mornings. Whoever quits, there's $1,000 penalty for quitting. We take 1 day off every 2 weeks off the challenge, and every time we finish a challenge, we just go out. We want to celebrate the shit, man. Last time we celebrated, we made really delicious beef short ribs. We went out for drinks, and we offer Korean food. We're big foodies. We love food. Okay, next, the rule of 100. This is something for us to ingrain. If we want to get good at something, there's something called a rule of 100. This is from Alex Hermosi. I really look up to him as an entrepreneur. If you want to get good at sales, do 100 calls a day. Get good at marketing, do 100 ad spends a day. If you want to get better at business, start 100 businesses per day, read 100 pages per day, do 100. If you want to do content, create 100 pieces of content like what we're doing now. We're creating content, right? Mindset, okay? Let's say if you're in a very horrible, bad place, okay? Like really sad place. It could be, you're having an argument with your best friend, having an argument with your business partner, or having a, really dark argument with your wife or something like that. Just imagine this happened 1,000 times. That will put you in a happier place, okay? That will put things in perspective for you. And our dream is by our 10th challenge, meaning that after 20 years, we'll have 7 to 9 figures, if not more. If we don't get this, me personally, I'll invite Kimchi. We're gonna go to a 5-star Michelin hotel in France or LA. I'm gonna fly him over there first class, and we're gonna do it.
Oh, first class?
First class, man.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe business class. I don't know. Like first or business class. It's all the same. It's like, $3,000 difference.
Yeah.
All right. And another rule we set for ourselves is anything we do, we have to be over-prepared. Just like Napoleon Bonaparte, he over-prepares everything. Just like John D. Rockefeller, he would fatiguely do homework on a certain industry before he goes and takes over that industry. He would study like mad. Okay, he would study like mad. And next, here's the path that took us 4 months to find. Two options. One is we do 20 small opportunities to get to one big opportunities. The definition of that is anything between $100,000 to $1 million we consider small opportunities. And to do it, we evaluate 100 opportunities as homework, and we do 10 to 20 small profitable projects. And then once we have the experience, then we do one big project. Okay, that's how most people do it. Or if everything aligns, people, money, opportunity, like capital, time, leverage, and location, if everything aligns, okay, then we can focus on that one big opportunity. But again, we're not willing to do that one big opportunity, first of all, without experience, second of all, without the right alignment. That would just be stupid because we're gonna fail so badly that we would not be able to be in the game for the long term. So that's where we are. And going back to our final strategy session, where we're gonna talk about what, Kimchi, what is the biggest challenge you will face today? How will you overcome it?
Today, I think the biggest challenge I have is to my biggest challenge today is gonna be to treat my wife's friends. I will say they are not just friends; they are experts.
Tax.
Yeah, tax experts. So I think I will learn lots of things, and I can get help in the long term later. Because everyone thinks like tax is not important, but I think it's very important.
I'm really happy that Kimchi talks about it. I'm the ignorant kind of guy that thinks tax is not important.
Yeah, tax is very important. Yeah, because my wife is CPA, so I see lots of hard work, and every time I see it, it's very important. You save lots of money on doing taxes. You know.
Should I get her to look at my taxes?
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
Oh man, that'd be an amazing resource to have. Okay, so what is the biggest challenge and how do you overcome it?
Yeah, so it's kind of networking, and I will probably write down some questions because since we are gonna go to Japan to do some business, and it's gonna be international, so we need lots of like tax knowledge. So I will ask him, and yeah, I think that's the biggest challenge. Like write down all the questions I'm gonna ask, and network, and later on we get help and we give them help.
Awesome, that sounds good. I think my biggest challenge that I'm facing is I'm extremely tired. I've been up at 5 a.m. this morning just naturally because there's so many ideas. Like my mind is overflown with ideas on how to build this long-term compounding machine. And I just went on my computer this morning and I just start plugging away, like brainstorming different ideas, writing all the ideas down in notes. I think my biggest challenge is my energy. Maybe I'll take a quick 15-minute nap so that I can refocus again. And today there's a heat wave happening, like huge heat wave. So, my goal is to stay indoors, maybe coffee shops or even like, our business center in a private club so that we don't have to get sunburned. That's my goal.
That's good goal.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the end of the podcast and that's the end of our strategy meeting. I hope you like it. I think what we can do, like next time, we should make it more tighter.
Yeah.
We should definitely make it more tighter.
It's first time.
It's our first time. I think after 100 iterations, we will be so on top of it. You will love our podcast. So make sure, again, like our podcast. If you love it, share with your friends. Come, stay on board with our journey. We're going to show you the international world. We're immigrants. We will go back to our old country, to Asia. We'll go to China, Japan, Korea. We'll seek out opportunities. We'll look for business opportunities there. We're going to look for online businesses, AI businesses. We came from a real estate background. We're going to look towards real estate. We're going to look everywhere to find a business opportunity, find that compounding machine so that we can bring it all to you and you will have an open mind, open context. That's what we're here for. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good day.
Bye.